Hey there, today I will upload something different. With the fast development of AI, I'm expecting very soon my videos to be automatically translated in all languages. I even heard about YouTube adding an option for automatically generated voiceovers. It sounds very cool, right? Many people who watch my videos don't speak English and some of the translations they are getting don't make much sense, so today I will mention the names of the machine parts. Let's start by looking at the most commonly used tools. This is called the orange tool. It's a combination of a dental pick and a single prong tool. The next tool is the yellow tool. It's a combination of a latch hook and a double prong tool. The green tool is not very popular, but it exists as well. It's a combination of a latch hook and a single prong tool. This tool is called a double-eye bodkin tool. It is used for transferring the stitches between the beds or sewing the stitches off. This is called a prong tool. It is my favorite tool. Here are some more prong tools. They are also called decker tools or deckers. These are called decker combs. They are similar to the decker tools but have more prongs. These are called 7-shaped weight hangers. They are mostly used to pull the edges of the knitting down. These are the original weights made by Passap. These are weights as well, but they are from a different machine. Here are some more examples with the weights I have. This tool is called the orange ruler or the needle selector. It is used to bring the needles in working position or out of work, as well as arrange them in a one-to-one division. There are different variations of this ruler used for different needle arrangements. These are the latch needles the machine uses. They are arranged on the needle bed in the needle channels. These are the jacks or the pushers. They can be found under the needles on the machine. This is the tension mast. On the metal rod you can find the clip for the guide sheet. You can use it to attach the instructions for the garment. This is the carriage or the lock as it's frequently called. The term front lock refers to the front half and the back lock to the back side of the lock. This is the row counter. The knob on the right is used to reset it, and by rotating the other knobs you can set it to any row count. In order to work properly, you must have this black plastic part installed on the front bed of the machine. It is called a trip cam for the row counter. Let's look at the front lock up close. This is called the NX lever. The rightmost dial is called the stitch selector dial and it can be rotated only when the NX lever is set to N. When the lever is set to N, the machine will ignore the stitch selector dial. In other words, when the lever is set to N, the machine will knit in both directions no matter how the stitch selector dial is set. The letter on the stitch selector dial matters only when the lever is set to X. Your support means a lot, so I would appreciate if you take a minute to like the video and leave me a comment below. The dial in the middle of the lock is called the stitch size selector. It controls how tight or loose the knitting will be. There are 3 buttons on the left side of the lock. They are called the arrow keys. They will change the positions of the pushers when knitting. This is the back lock. On the Duo-80 it is exactly the same as the front one. You can see the NX lever, the stitch size dial, the stitch pattern selector and the arrow keys. These are the strippers that won't dance on the pole. The orange ones are used for double bed knitting and the black ones are used for single bed or tubular knitting. There are some exceptions, but this is true on a basic level. There are 2 metal slots on the back lock where the stripper should be inserted. There is no need to detach and move the front lock when inserting the strippers. I just moved it so you can see the process clearly. This is called the feeding eyelet. These are the jaws that hold the feeding eyelet. This is the trip cam for the jaws or the jaw opener. It comes with the color changer. When you slide the lock to the color changer, the trip cam will open the jaws and the machine will pick up the eyelet. Now you can see how the machine will take the eyelet with the yarn. This is an edge spring. There are a total of 4 edge springs on the machine, 2 on the front and 2 on the back bed. You have to place the edge spring on the last working needle after its latch is closed. The edge springs will tension the yarn for the end stitches and keep them from falling off the needles. If you don't want to close the latch of the needle manually, place the edge spring first, then raise the needle and return it to its working position. The edge spring will close the latch for you. This is the racking handle. By rotating it, you move the back bed of the machine to the left or to the right. The racking indicator above shows the direction the handle was rotated last. This scale is a racking indicator that can show you the position of the beds. This is the pusher alignment tool. It is used to help you move the pushers without hurting your fingers. The orange one is my variation of the same tool that you can download from thingiverse.com. This is a stitch releaser tool. It is also called a stitch dumper, stitch dropper or a drop stitch tool. I have designed this one and you can download it for free. It is used when knitting drop stitch patterns. This is the pick to lock or the pick to carriage. It is used when knitting intarsia. This is the transferring clock U70. It can transfer the stitches from the back to the front bed of the machine. The U80 is another transferring clock with many more options for transferring the stitches. This is the tricot fit device. It is used for making a cast on or when casting off the stitches. This is the form computer. The magnet must be attached to the back lock in order for it to work. This is the puncher. It is used for making holes in the punch cards. The black plastic thing is the punch card connector. You must have two of them to connect the punch card into a loop. Speaking of punch cards, this is called the deco device. This device arranges the pushers according to the punch card. The plastic extension on the left side of the front bed is called an extension plate and it comes with the deco device. This is the deco rail and it also comes in the set with the deco device. This is the card reader. You have to insert the punch card into this device. The card reader has to be attached to the deco rail. These white things are called positioning pins. The white parts inside the deco rail are called the positioning sockets. They are used when isolating a single motif from a punch card. The positioning pin goes inside the positioning socket and acts like a spring. I think I mentioned the most important parts and accessories. Don't forget to tell me which one is your favorite tool or device and which one of these is the most frustrating one to use. Is there a tool or part I forgot to mention? Don't forget to tell me in the comments. That's all for today. Have a nice day and see you next time.